Pranams. Greetings from Arunachala. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurmamritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So welcome to today's session, which is we're going to be talking about this Arunachala Tatva, because I am right now sitting here very connected. And would anybody like to mention about yesterday's healing session? Any words about it? Your experiences, anything about it? Because it's a very powerful place. So if you can just give me a quick feedback in 10 minutes of how your experiences were, it will help me understand this place even deeper. The mic is on. If you can just go ahead with. Yeah, Sanjita ji, please go ahead.
नमस्ते भैया, प्रणाम।
नमस्ते जी, प्रणाम।
भैया जो कल आपने करवाया था शिव मानस पूजा की तरह ही था वो, तो वो मुझे पहले ही बहुत पसंद था, पर कल जो आपका तरीका था, जो पूरा टेम्पल की तरह उसको विजुलाइज करके और पूरा जो ऊपर से नीचे तक पूरा आपने उसको फील करवाया था कि मतलब डालते जाओ उसमें और अपने आप को पवित्र करते जाओ। तो इसके पहले मैं करती थी तो सिर्फ पीनियल ग्लैंड पे करती थी फोकस करके।
आज कल का क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा आपका?
और कल का मुझे बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा रहा, और आज भी मैंने मतलब फिर से मानसिक तौर पे फिर से वो किया था, तो बहुत ज्यादा मुझे अच्छा लगा। और कल वाला करने के बाद मुझे काफी उसका मतलब एक आज 2 बार किया, बहुत प्रैक्टिस की उसके लिए। और फिर मुझे अपने आप से, मैं वहां आई थी ना जो काननगढ़ में, तो वहां जो बाबा के उसमें जो कौन सा जो था वो अरे जिसमें
मैं कल का जानना चाह रहा हूँ। कल का आपने जो किया उतना ही जानना चाह रहा हूँ। बाद में नहीं तो टाइम नहीं अपने पास ना।
कल
टाइम
का
बहुत
बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा फील हो रहा है
आप
उससे।
मतलब कर रहे हो, आज भी किया आपने?
हाँ, आज मैंने 2 बार किया और फिर
बहुत
एक बार वो किया जो आपका
बढ़िया
रिकॉर्डिंग है, तो
बढ़िया
बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा फील हो रहा है भैया।
बढ़िया, बहुत अच्छा बहुत अच्छा। यही जानना था मुझे। बहुत धन्यवाद आपका।
थैंक यू।
Anybody else want to say anything? She's saying that she did it yesterday, she enjoyed it, and today she did it twice again. So it's about making your body a temple and then cleansing the whole thing. Anybody else want to quickly mention anything about it? Okay, forget it. We'll continue with today's session. So what we are talking is Arunachala Tattva, and I told you, until you heal yourself, we are not going any further. Okay. So that I've made it very, very strict, and even I'm going to pick whom we are going to the level 3 kind of topics. And you have to be very committed, dedicated. All your trash has to go out from your head. All your beliefs, all your prior beliefs, clinging, this, that. Only those who are on that level will be called in for that. And even this level 2, level, whatever I'm telling, it's like, I'm just making groups. So once you're into those things, the message will come only to those people. So I'm not going to win advertising about it. So what I'm trying to tell is, even if there is some program happening, nobody will know about it. Only those people who get the link. And that's how I'm going to work very together with all of you. Otherwise, it's not going to work out, because at the moment I put out an advertisement, then everybody wants to rush for it. And then they'll feel like, what is this? I'm not eligible. So we have to understand, with all this crap in our head, we cannot go anywhere. Arunachala Tattva is when all your crap is gone. Okay. So it's a big struggle for me if you keep struggling. And as I told many times, yesterday also I was telling that we don't have time to sit cleansing. If you are very stubborn on your values, then it's not going to happen. So Arnav, that's the first level of purification that you got to go back to and cleanse all your beliefs and systems. Anything that you cling to, anything I'm telling. Arunachala Tatva, where you don't cling even to your mother, you don't cling to your wife, your children, your property, your name. Only when you come to that level is Shiva Sutras. Okay. So I'm not going to advocate Shiva Sutras before that. Because then what will happen is we will listen to it and it will be a big problem. And today I was just moving around the hill and I came into one place, Tirumandiram again came in my hand. And the page I opened was Sandhya Bhasha. In Tirumandiram, Tirumalar Siddhar talks about Sandhya Bhasha, that is the twilight language. Twilight language means the time when the day is turning into night, half day, half night. Means half light, half dark. So Sandhya Bhasha is a language which is very coded. It's all the Siddhas use this coded language. You'll see even Arunachala Tattva has a lot of coded language. It's all in Sandhya Bhasha. Shiva Sutras is in Sandhya Bhasha. What is Sandhya Bhasha? It does not give you direct clarity. And it is purposefully done. Why? Because those people who are not ready, if they receive it, they will do hangam. They will do some nonsense. And these tattvas which are there, which is supposed to have been kept closely guarded, they are not really guarded. They are all open there, but then you need the intellect to decode it. So I don't want to represent anybody's manda buddhi and keep on interpreting it for them, and then they do all the nonsense. So that's not going to happen. So these are messages that I timely get. Today I open and I get Tirumandiram's message of Sandhya Bhasha. And how and why these are kept secrets. Because it can be dangerous if somebody is not, so we are not going to force the higher truth into anybody's throat. You are ready for it, it will simply start coming to you. So today also somebody sent a message to me that that guy sitting in red robes and talking something about the religion. Why don't you go and tell him to remove his red clothes? So then nobody will go to him. She's talking about Chinmayananda Swami, who said only rascals need religions. So inka trigger ho gaya, batti gul ho gaya. That's the trigger. That's the trigger. See, they are all mystics. They have gone, and why they speak, they have a reason to speak. They are not andhabhakta. They have a very crystal clear reason why they are hitting to disciples. And that is supposed to be, I believe, a very closed circuit kind of video. Now, since Chinmayananda Swami is not there, okay, fine. It's been revealed. So many things that Osho spoke in private is now today public. So these languages which are there is supposed to be only for dedicated disciples. So we must understand, people like Chinmayananda Swami are not talking to public because they know there are a lot of fools out there. So today when I was reading that Tirumandiram Sandhya Bhasha, there also it was said, if the ignorant and fools catch it, they will create problem for you. So many of the mystics don't talk also about it because they know people who are not ready will attack them. Because that is their own insecurities. So I got her out. That's the simple message I'm giving. If you are getting triggered and then you are coming and pouncing on me, it's not going to work. You are not ready. And I will simply throw people out. Because here we are trying to do something and you are becoming my obstacle. It's like karma dosha. There's a greater cause that's happening and people are there with their own insecurities trying to pull me down and trying to teach me. So basically they have not got their own facts right. This is the ego playing, spiritual ego playing a big role there. So that is the reason I'm telling, yesterday also I was telling, all these levels and all these things are done now purposefully because everybody cannot decipher what I'm telling. And this is not for everybody. It is just not for everybody. Because everybody is casually just walking a spiritual path and they just want to understand God and glorified and their bhakti and their devotion, glamour spirituality. All these things are there. They're not still stuck in all those things. Now, who's going to sit proving? So you don't have time for all that stuff. So any kind of clinging to anybody will not take you there, period. So even if I have to repeat this 1,000 times and still you're not getting it, then no level 3 programs for you. Do Shaktopaya methods, get into inner child healing, get into purging, reset your life, get in there, get out all that dirt. What is dirt? All the kind of ignorance, that's dirt. Heal your inner child. I have told this. Inner child is that one that is projecting their fears and insecurities on others. Your parents did not give you, your family did not give you, I am stuck. So I don't know what to do. I keep hoping for somebody, savior. My parents, I'm depending. I did not get support. Relatives did not get support. School friends did not get support. Teachers did not get support. Teenage, I went into school, colleges, and their friends, they ditched me. I went into relationships, they ditched me. Nobody I can hold on for support. I'm feeling very insecure. So I need a savior. I need to be helped. And then every one by one, all your worldly people are there. So when everybody gives hand, then all that you're left is, oh, world is all a bullshit. Let me go to spiritual. And then you go and catch a guru. Then you cling on that guru. Then you cling on everything there. You are going to save me, an avatar is going to come, Bhagwan tu ye hai. It is the same unhealed child. Please understand this. This is all projection. Ye andhabhakt banna band karo. This is all projection that you're throwing everywhere. And then, oh my God, my concept. How dare you touch my sensitive zone? Don't touch that button of mine. So all those who have got those sensitive buttons are not ready for level 3. The phase 3. There is still a lot of work to do. You should come to a zone where nothing matters. How does it matter? So that is the reason I'm bringing all this. And if you have done all these programs and still it has not gone into your head, then something is wrong. Work on yourself. Okay, don't come to correct these platforms here. Whoever comes, it's not going to happen. So keep that aside and have humility. Okay, I am not your best friend. गले में हाथ डाल के तुम निकाल लोगे, कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. You have humility, you'll have, because Arunachala Tatva, this is Arunachala Tatva. Arunachala needs complete surrender. अरुणाचल में अपनी मनमानी नहीं चलती है. मेरा थोड़ा फ्री विल, माय लिटिल प्लानिंग, माय लिटिल मेमोरी, माय लिटिल थॉट्स, माय लिटिल एजुकेशन, my gyan, my teachings that I've got from 10,000 teachers. One is sitting in this corner, one is sitting in that corner. Ooh, ah, ouch. And all this yantra, tantra, mantra. I've told this. गले में सोने का लॉकेट डालने से किसी को कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. So if you are fans of these, go and sit there. If you don't like hearing about them, don't sit here. Simple. Until you become thrash out all that stuff and then you become nothing. Then self-inquiry can be talked about. Otherwise, if you carry all these things and then you sit and meditate and meditate and meditate and meditate, and then you'll give up and you'll say it is too tough. And then you'll say, Bhaiya, ye kyun nahi ho raha? Bhaiya, waise kyun nahi ho raha? Bhaiya. Or you will simply sit like a frog in the well for 2 hours in samadhi. Kya karoge? Achar daloge kya? The samadhi is not going to give you anything. We have to understand that ultimately the whole egoic part has to be taken out of us. That's Arunachala Tattva. Ego means what? Man, mera. So if you're crying, me, my concepts, my favorite person, my favorite path, उसको कुछ नहीं बोलना, इधर कुछ नहीं करना, then बहुत है. Including me also. It's like how somebody talks about this guy. You have to get rid of all your attachments. All these things. Favoritism, unfavoritism, partiality, impartiality, everything should go. Then you simply become blissfully zero. And that is the reason yesterday we did that meditation. That's all about healing. Now, healing, what I'm talking, I'm not interested in healing your physical ailments and all that stuff. It is simply talking about you heal your inner core. You'll see a lot of things that are connected to that core unwinding itself. All the physical ailments are coming from your other koshas. Simple. It's not just directly manifested into Annamaya kosha. Before Annamaya kosha, your prana has to become dirty. Pranamaya kosha. Your energies have to become dirty. Means energies will stop functioning in certain points of the body. So when energy doesn't move there, the surrounding organs will get affected. Simple. And why does prana? Prana doesn't, it doesn't manifest from there. Prana, man, manomaya kosha. If your mind is impure, your prana will get impure. Prana is impure, your body will get impure. Simple funda. So now we have come to the mind. What is in the mind? All this crap, what I'm talking about. You heal all those things. That's why I'm telling you. You have to get into that zone and heal your mind. All your sensitivities, all your this and that, everything has to go. And above the mind is your Jnanamaya Kosha. That is the awareness stage, what we are doing. Intellect, Buddhi. Mand Buddhi, Mand Man. Mind also will be like that. Because if it is Mand Buddhi, dull intellect, mind becomes dominant, the king. And your intellect cannot function. What is intellect? Power of discrimination. You cannot judge what is right, what is wrong. And can you see all these problems when people say, no, somebody said that you go and tell that guy, why is he talking like that? So this is all coming from our own insecurities somewhere. But we refuse to see that. we go and tell who is triggering, we will go and tell that. That is a big problem. What did we learn in inner child healing? Are you going to go and tell your parents to stop triggering me? Somebody said my mother is still irritating me whenever I do that. I said we are doing inner child healing for yourself, not your mother. How can you expect your mother to do that? They will continue that trigger because they are unhealed. You must understand this funda. They are unhealed. So you cannot expect it. You are healed, then the triggers will stop. So your triggers, you have to understand. I am getting upset. It is my trigger. You cannot go and shut the mouth of others. You take care. Nobody is going to take, nobody cares for what you think. You have to heal yourself. So that is what we are extremely talking about. Healing yourself. So I'm not talking about physical healing. I'm talking about mental healing, mind. Yesterday we discussed Nirmal Man. If Nirmal Man happens, Nischalta will come. If Nischalta is everything. Like I was telling today, Sandhya Bhasha. In Tirumandiram, there is a phrase. Tirumandiram is completely, thanks, Vai. Tirumandiram is completely coded. Sandhya Bhasha. So if you read it, open it and read it, you'll not understand. I remember somebody picked up in Kerala, there is a great Advaitin text. So they picked that thing up and they were trying to read it. Many philosophers, many theologians, they all went into it and they tried to decode it, but they were not getting it. And then the final conclusion they gave is this is nuisance. The whole scripture is nuisance. It is not nuisance, but it is written in Sandhya Bhasha. Polite language. So something like उसका power कम कर देना. Power लिखा है ना वो कम कर दो ये होता है. अजीब सा है. बंद हाँ अभी ठीक हो. ज़्यादा ठंड हो रहा है. So in that there was a line written. I'm giving an example. What is Sandhya Bhasha? If you possess a lizard, you can swallow the snake. Something like that. Exactly that word. If you possess a lizard, you can swallow the snake. I mean, it will not make any meaning. It will say what nonsense is this. What is lizard? Nischala Tatva. Lizard doesn't keep moving all the time. Have you seen? If it stays, it can stay for hours together in one place. Nischala Tattva. So if you become like a lizard, you can swallow the snake. Snake is Kundalini. So this is how Sandhya Bhasha is written. Very coded. Why it is written coded? Because of people like us, not ready yet. We can pounce, we can attack. Why we want to attack? To defend ourselves. Because we want to create our boundaries and keep cocooned in them. We want to remain secure in them. So, anyways, I cannot talk this to everybody. I'm talking this who are feeling they are eligible for the level 3 stuff. So, eligibility is this. Until all the crap goes, you cannot be eligible for it. So, even if I try Shiva Sutras, which I tried, palle nahi padega. So, and you can't force these things down. Arunachala Tattva cannot be forced down the throat. If it is done, it's not right. It's not good. Sahaj pake so meetha. So we allow the person to grow. If you don't have patience, that's your problem. Nobody can have shortcuts in here. Very, very clear. So Arunachala Tattva, to understand what is the basic Arunachala Tattva, is that this is the destroyer of ego. What is ego? My identity with my body and my roles that I play. I am this one, I am that one. It will kill. It has to kill if you are connected to this tattva. If you are not, if you come here with some other delights, it will not work. When you are ready and if you ask for self-realization, you will get it. Be ready for it. If you ask for mukti and self-realization, you will get it, because most of the people don't know what is self-realization. They think it is a time, it is a space where we go and sit and everything becomes goody goody. Life is so blissful, life is so nice, and no problems will affect me. Now I can be in this state where I can go and jump into more nonsense, more desires. Impossible. This is not self-realization. Self-realization is a state when you realize I'm not this body, I'm the self permanently. And here many of you realize temporarily. You get glimpses. I'm not the body. When you're doing divine presence, you can feel it very clearly. Yeah, I'm not the body. But that has to turn permanent. When it turns permanent, that is self-realization. Itna hi hai. You don't need to confuse a lot of things. So to get there, how do we get there? Why don't we get there? Because all this crap that we hold, all these beliefs, my dharma. Hey, somebody, how can they say Bhagwa kapda pen ke? How can they do this? How can they talk like this? How can they say only rascals need religion? Definitely rascals need religion. I told her, I am fully with Chinmayananda Swami. It's the path of avdutas. You cannot hear, get out. You have no business here. जाके अंधभक्त बनो कहीं. भक्ति करते रहो. Because I am being very harsh on this, we won't get anywhere further. It's not that I'm dying to take people further, but when people are dying to go further, I'm trying to just help them. There are many people who are dying to go on the other side, want to be there, but they won't give up. So that's a big challenge. And here in Arunachala, there is no nonsense. So Arunachala Tattva means the eradication of ego completely. If you say, no, I don't want all these things, you're welcome to do it. It's your wish. If you say, no, I don't want to get into it, yeah, it's fine. Then what do you want? I want riches and all that. Then I would say this is not the place. You can go to Tirupati. Nityananda says, if you want moksha and mukti, don't worship Hari. He says, worship Shiva, because Shiva is the destroyer and this is Shiva Tattva. So if you go to Shiva Tattva, be understanding, be knowing what you're doing. Okay, you're putting your hand in the fire. So if you are worshipping Bhairava, You're simply telling, take everything away from me. Are you ready to do that? The people striving for self-realization, are you ready to tell that right now, take away, strip everything, including my body? I don't care. If you're ready, then you're eligible for self-realization. नहीं तो भूल जाओ. नहीं तो make yourself that way by cleaning. As you keep on purifying your koshas, as you keep purifying your mind, slowly, slowly, eventually, you will see Vairagya is coming to you. Automatically, you're losing your interest in all these things. You don't have to forcefully do anything. No force is the law. No hata. हट नहीं करना. सी द वर्ड हट यानी जिद नहीं करना इस बात पे. जिद्दी बनोगे तो अटके रहो. कहीं भी जाओ, जिद नहीं करना. अपने तरह से ही मनमानी कर लूं, अपने तरह से ही मनवा लूं सबको, अपनी तरह से ही अपनी कंडीशन से करूं और फिर उसको मैं अनकंडीशनल लव कहूं. पहले तो धज्जियां उड़ाओ. शूट ऑल दीज टीचिंग्स, दिस हाफ नॉलेज टीचिंग्स. We do not know what is unconditional love. We talk about it. We just blah, blah, blah. We don't know what is forgiveness. We talk about it. All these glorified teachings, if you only keep glorifying, 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 you are creating something else there. First of all, you have to get those things out of because your teachings only will contradict. Yes, I know you are by-hearted in many other teachings, but I can even see people are only parroting it. They don't mean what they say. So whenever people talk these, I pause for a while and ask them what is it. Like somebody said, Happy Holi. I asked them what is Happy Holi. Two people ran away. They didn't give answer. So if you run away understanding that, yes, what meaning is holy now? Happy birthday syndrome. Wish me birthday on September 12th. Why? Because 364 days nobody cares about me. One day I'm waiting. Somebody care about me. I want attention of the whole world come to me. Wear nice dress, wear nice, get myself up, and then sit from midnight waiting for the message. And what pleasure to give back replies. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is not for this third phase. People won't get into all this nonsense. You're stuck in religions, you're stuck in your tradition, your culture, your language, your patriotism, your dharmism, your this seva, that seva, nishkam seva. All these concepts, they are just concept and it will make khichdi out of you. So if you can just wipe out this, third level people, again I'm telling you, this is not for others. If it triggers you, you don't listen to this at least for now. I'm still fond of my books. I'm fond of the Quran, I'm fond of the Bible, I'm fond of the Bhagavad Gita, and you keep defending your own books. At this level, we don't care for anything. You must understand how life works. Life works very simple on what you believe in. That's all. What you fully focus and believe on, that happens. That's all. You believe in Bhagavad Gita, that will come alive. You believe in Quran, that will come alive. Whatever you believe in, it will come alive. You believe you can get out of rut, you can. You believe I'm sick all the time and you keep telling from morning to evening, all the people that you meet, I'm sick, I'm this and that and this. You are creating that vibration. You'll simply attract that. What you think and what you speak and what you vibrate all day, you become that. Simple. There is no God involved here. You are that God. You are that manifester. God willed, He created the world. You will, you create your own world. Simple. You are the miniature form of God. There is no other God playing any external thing. He doesn't decide on what you do. You decide based on what you want to play around. So it's very simple. Spirituality, yes, and life is simple. The other day, somebody told me, don't complicate it. Spirituality is simple. They are not seeing how much intertwined they are only. And they are calling that simple. Whereas I'm trying to explain these things. How simple is this? Remove all the kachada, whatever, even the divine kachada in you. That is called divine distractions in your last stages. All your divinity also will be your obstacle. When I was in Himalayas in Gangotri, that one great saint told me this. All your vasanas should go, including the last divine vasanas. The Guru vasana should go. Shastra vasana also is the last, he said that will go. These are all vasanas, nothing more. You have glorified giving it so many different names. So, no hata. जिद करके कोई भी चीज जबरदस्ती नहीं, सहज पके सो मीठा. You just understand bloom. And what सहज पके सो मीठा means what? The one fruit that ripens on its own is the sweetest. How does the fruit ripe? By just being. Does the fruit do anything? It's just there. It's available. That's all. And life is doing everything to it. Is it going in search of the sun, in search of water, everything? There are other fundamentals that's working. The roots are working. Everything is there. Its nature is just to be there and it will fructify. But we cannot be. We want to do forceful stuff. So we were just discussing on the dinner table there about this healing stuff, what we are talking about. The forceful stuff, what Jesus said, the example that I was giving. This I've told you many times. Jesus healed, Sai Baba healed, Nityananda healed. Why couldn't they heal everybody? If they are very powerful, why can't they heal everybody is my question. Why only few people get affected, not others? It all depends on your structure, how open you are, how much faith you have in them. Do you think you go to your guru or your healer and you don't have faith, you're going to benefit from that person? Think about it. However great that master is, however great that healer is, if you don't have trust and faith in that person, it will not work. So what is it that works? Your faith. That is why when Jesus healed somebody and they came and touched, oh master, you are God, you are the savior. He said, come here. Your faith healed you. Tell no one. Jesus tells the secret, not me. Your faith healed. It's there in the Bible. And what we think Jesus heals. Jesus doesn't heal. Jesus is an instrument whom I look at and I feel faith toward divinity. I have not seen God. So I look at Jesus and the divinity activates in me. So similar way, I look at whichever guru is there and I see divinity and the divinity awakens in me. And then I trust that divinity in full faith. Then miracles happen there. It is not the person. That is why Ramana says, grace does the work and saints get the credit. How simple. Now is it complicated? Your spirituality. That simple. So let's say I'm talking here so many things and you're doing webinars with me, retreats with me, and you don't trust me. Will it work? Even the best of programs I tell you, best of sutras I reveal to you, you look at me with a cunning eye and you say, this guy is still something doing this, that. It will not work. Whole thing will collapse. So who's doing the work? Am I doing or is your faith doing? So please understand, these are all catalysts, what you see outside. They are simply mediums. They are powerless without the power in you. If you don't have faith, if you don't have complete surrender to whatever you do, even Arunachala Tatva is so powerful. You come and sit here, you don't believe what I'm telling. And you just tell me, what are you talking about this mountain, this hill of mud and soil and rocks? What are you talking about? I don't get it. Then I tell you it's blah, 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 blah. It's this, it's that, and all that. For me, it has been nice. So you'll come, okay, let's see. And then one person comes and he says, wow, I'm having an experience. I had this experience. It's not that it's fake. It is there. It is radiating, but I can catch the radiation only when I trust it. That is the key. Otherwise, I can be there and I say, what are these fools saying? All I can see is only mud and stones. So that person will see, play with the mud and stone, and go back home until nothing happened to me. That's what I'm telling. Even Arunachala is powerless when you have no faith. Are you getting it? That is why all who come to Arunachala don't get moksha or self-realization. Those who are attuned to that Tatva, they get it. So now at least you must catch it. Where
Right on.
is the power?
Yeah,
So where is the power? We have to check that. Where is the whole thing? And for me, it's like a mountainous Herculean task to tell people you are catching all these props. You have forgotten that you have activated, you are catching these props. Today, when you are losing interest in those props, it's not working. You want to make it work? Simply understand the science and go and have simply faith and see it will work. So that simply means you have faith in a stone also, it will work. That is why in Sanatana, even a stone is worshipped and they get benefits out of that stone also. Simple. So there was this great master. And see, that is why Jesus said, your faith has healed you. Tell no one. Why did he say tell no one? Because if you go and, for example, I'll tell you, if you say, my guru is great, or my path is great, or Jesus is great. You know, I had a miracle with Jesus today. I was praying to him and he gave me this. And somebody will tell, what a fool you are. Nothing like that happens. It's all told by something. Nothing like that. There is no, hey, you don't know, it's my this. And somebody will come and put something to you, and then you'll say, maybe. And if you get disconnected now from Jesus, it will not work. That is why Jesus said, tell no one. So if you go very excited, for example, Arunachala Tatva, you come here and you enjoy and you go and tell your relatives. And they say, hey, pagal ho kya hai? God knows what they do. And let's say you have a very strong will, you will survive it because you know it is the truth. But if you have a little free, the ill will or powerless will, not very powerful will, and somebody comes and tells, क्या बकवास है? ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या? Don't fool me on this. You will get scared. Now, you who are benefiting from this tattva will stop getting the benefit. That is why he said, tell no one. If you simply understand this fundamental, that is why we say, have trust. Why do all the gurus demand surrender? Why? Because if you don't surrender, it will not work. Try it. So that is why in the Guru Shishya Parampara it is said, the first thing that you need is surrender. Because you love that person, you love that idea, you have a role model, you see somebody, you are inspired, so there are more chances of your surrender. That's all. Why Guru? Because Guru is someone who has walked the path, who has done so many things to reach there, had their own struggles. It is the same path that you're walking, and you see an idol and you see, wow, that's something. Struggled all the life, and he got there, or she got there. Now that becomes your role model. And then you start walking. Now what has happened is when you start walking, you are following that path and then you are surrendered to that 100%. I love that person. I have faith in that person. I surrender. Rest will happen. The rest will simply happen. Now it all depends. Do you need a person to have surrender or can you directly surrender? Same funda. It is very difficult for you to surrender to that which you cannot see. Nirguna Nirakara, how are you going to surrender? Tell me. God is there. Where is he? Omnipresent. I can't see him anywhere. Surrender to that God. Where is the God? I can't get it. Oh, they can't get it. Mandu buddhi. Okay. So let's do something. Let's create an image. God looks like this. Rama. Curly hairs, beautiful face, handsome, muscular body, and all those things. Who saw Rama? The one who saw Rama never survived. Neither anything came from that end. Nobody saw. Kalpana. So you imagine, according to the characteristic, these roles happen, and then you paint someone. And that paint gets stuck in your head. This is Rama. Now what happens? You can worship Rama. Now, if I show you a person with certain characteristic with a bow and arrow, with the hair tied like this, in a certain bluish color, you'll immediately get this is Rama. You'll bow down. Why? Otherwise, if you remove the image, you can't fathom. You can't understand God. So, those who cannot fathom the Nirguna Nirakara needs an Akara. That Akara can be an Avatara, or that Akara can be your Guru Deva. That is why it is said God only comes in the form of Guru. That has been again fancied, blown out of proportion. It simply means this: I can't see God, so I see Guru, who is very close to God. Are you getting it? I repeat again. I can't see God, so I see my Guru who is close to God, who's similar like God, who has qualities of God, or who is all the time in that godly state, or who talks of God, who thinks of God, who lives like God. So the closest being that I can see through my Panchendriyas is a person, right, living in front of me, and I bow down to that person. The rest of things happen. You bow down there to your whoever Guru, it will happen. Faith. Why do you think Sai Baba said Saburi Vishwas? Why did he say Vishwas? What am I telling? Faith. So you can, that is why in Christianity there is called faith healing. Something called faith healing. These are all faith healing. Your faith heals. Simple. Even in Christian missionaries, you can see there are a lot of healing camps that happen. You go to Chennai, you go to Tamil Nadu, Kerala, you go particularly Pota, Velankani, all this. You will see all the great mystics, Christian mystics are standing and healing people. Now, if the healer is very powerful, all the 10,000 should get healed, or all the 1,000, all the 5,500 should get healed. Why only 2, 3? Quality of faith. So now tell me, key is in whose hand of healing? So faith heals. Now for that faith, I might go 100 times to Nityananda, Ganesh Puri. Because until I see him, I don't have faith. I might go to Shirdi 100 times. Until I see, until I sit there, my Panchendriyas cannot grasp it yet. So I have to sit and have an experience. I go to Tiruvannamalai. I have to go 100 times and sit there and feel. Why? Because I'm a person of Panchendriyas. I can only understand the language of 5 senses. 6 senses absent. This is what Mandabuddhi. So when this is not working, I'm completely a 5 sensed person. So I go to all the divine places, divine people, because I have interaction. I must see the temple. I must see darshan of that person. Then only inside laddu purte. I must hear the chants. I must hear the bells. हाँ, another experience. दर्शन के साथ ये भी दूसरा इंद्रिय. I must smell the karpura, the dhoop. Wow, added. More divinity gets pumped in. These are all activating my centers. Third indriya also activated. Fourth, sparsha, chuo. Touch the idol. Touch the feet, touch the paduka. Touch, very important. You touch things. Enhanced. Taste, prasad le lo. Chaklo. So all these indriyas give you this wholesome divine experience. And there are people who don't need 5 indriyas to get the same experience. Are you getting my point? Those are those people who are coming to retreats and who come with the panch indriyas in the start. Later they lose their interest. So am I become an atheist? No, you're grown. You are now depending on your sixth sense. The 5 senses you don't need proof, evidence. You don't need the Panchandriya to give you an experience. You can have an experience without the 5 indriyas. That is evolution. That is spiritual evolution. You must come to that state where you depend less and less on your indriyas and more on your sixth indriya. So the more you go deeper, the lesser you need objects, the lesser you need images, the lesser you need name, nama, rupa. It's not that the nama, rupa doesn't work. But what works is, if I think about Sai, or if I think about Nityananda or Swami Samartha, their name triggers bhakti in me because previously something happened in my life. Whenever I was there in that place, some healing, some miracle, something happened. And that is there in my memory. So when I see that image again, I know, I have faith, something has happened before, some experiences happened before. So now I know. And this is how you deepen that experience again and again, again and again. And then that faith and your patience, Shraddha, Vishwas, Saburi. Third, Sai Baba said, patience. Why patience? Because it takes time for you to build faith. You can't be in a hurry. It is not that he's telling, no, there is enough people in line. You got to wait for some time. Okay, you cannot hurry. There are more people in. No, it simply means it will take some time for you to settle down. Nischalo neki. So have patience. Don't be in a rush. But he says, Shraddha, devotion, and saburi, faith. You remove one ingredient, it will not work. So this so-called level 3 must understand this. Then only aage ki gati. Okay. So if we are not caught these things, if we are still panchendriya people, if we are still moving around, we need objects, we need teachings, and we have all these concepts in our head, all the photographs of all my teachers, my favorite teachers, frame karo. You got to drop all your teachers. That's painful. Then remain there. The time will come. Till the time comes, you cannot go there. Shiva Sutras will not work. So Arunachala Tatva is Devi Kalotra, Kal Gyan. So we might say I am eligible for I want to know Shiva Sutras. But have you left your gods and goddesses? Have you left your religion? One Swami says only rascal needs religion and you are shaken. Still holding on to your religion. And what wrong did he say? Only rascals need it because rascals are idiots who need a prop to clean themselves. Who doesn't need a prop? Who's pure? A pure person, a good person, why does he need temples? Why does he need gurus? Only an impure people. Only the people who are political, who are striving, who are dirty, impure, they need work to be done. That is why Chinmayananda says, dangerous people need guru. Why? Dirt, work is there. It's not that nobody needs a guru, but if you are thinking then you want to be dangerous, or if you say, in other words, I need a guru forever, you're a dangerous person. Be dangerous forever. You just simply don't want to get over it. All your favorite teachers. And all your moha with it. And what wrong am I saying? Here also you have to drop this also. Shifting into it's just a platform. You hold it, Your work is done, you throw it, including me. All guides, all mentors are useless after a certain time. If you don't take this and walk, you are walking towards a dead end. So here yesterday I was telling it's okay to live life. What is a mature way to live life in the Maya? One thing I say is whenever you create something, just think about it, I lose it. What will be my reaction? Are you getting it? If you can bear through it, then go ahead. Third level. This is third level talks. You might not get it. That's okay. So there is no denial that you can't be in the world. Be in the world, but everything you see in this manner. Whatever you see, you look at it straight, you're going to lose this because that is the truth, my dear. Whatever you gain, you are going to lose. And if you don't believe this, and if you live in some false ideas that this is going to be forever with you, you're going to suffer. Till every moment you're going to suffer. That is the fear of death, many people are saying. Death. The fear of death. Why are they fearing death? Because they are not embraced it yet. They know death is bad, they want to talk about it. As though if you don't talk, it's not going to come. So they know somewhere they are fooling themselves. When you fool yourself, there is more fear. You face it. Why? What's the problem? Be authentic. Face it and imagine clearly about it and go through it. You'll understand what will happen. So if you lose your obsession with life, life becomes more beautiful. Otherwise, every moment you're dying. Every minute you subconsciously carry it. I don't know when it is going to end. And till मरते रहेंगे. तो उससे अच्छा है कि एक बार मरो. Like Ramana died. He died once. Suddenly he had known about a funeral of someone, and then suddenly he was a child, 9-year-old, and the grip of that fear caught him. Suddenly, he says, out of nowhere, that fear of death came. Like many of you say, suddenly, I don't know where this symptom came from while I'm doing these inner child healing. Suddenly, I'm standing somewhere and suddenly I bursting out crying. I told all these things will happen. Not only when you're doing those sessions, but it will happen anytime. Anything can trigger you. One thought, one feeling, one smell, one sound, one sight, one touch, and you'll burst and you'll not know what's happening to you. So that's healing techniques. That's all coming when those zones are touched. So those things have to be taken care of. Then the Arunachala Tatva we talk about. Arunachala is just not about running around the mountain, going up and down the mountain, visiting the temples, looking, running, chasing avadutas. There's a big madness going on there. Here also when we have sessions, 6 o'clock, Topiama Avaduta, she passes from here. She lives just behind you. So I tell people stand at a distance and whatever I'm teaching, do that experiment and see it for yourself. Don't run like fools. Because dear ones, they are not in the Panchindriyas. They don't even have body consciousness. The body that you're trying to hold and touch their feet, they don't have consciousness. They don't value it. That is, they are puking their own body. And that body you're running behind. So everybody thinks that they drink something. If you drink, something is going to happen. What is going to happen? It's your Andhvishwas. It's all gross stuff. You drink the nectar by connecting to them from far and see what happens. So some people feel offended. Bhagatgiri chutti nahi hai. So somebody offered tea. Amma was passing. Somebody came and prasad. And somebody brought it. I was sitting waiting for my dear students to come in. 6:30 session. They, sir, take it. What is this? Bhaiya, take this. What is this? Oh, this is prasad from there. I said, you will have it. This is prasad. You will have it. Drink. They allow me to do my work. I continue with my work. You are obsessed with all this fanatism. Don't get me into that. I am teaching something you are not wanting to get it. I'm talking the sixth sense. You are still stuck in those panchindriyas. Taste, darshan, sight, touch the legs, sight, touch. And there are people who have experienced fire without even moving close to. I've done all this. I always do. Whenever I see them, I know it works. That is what I'm teaching people. You can do it and see. You don't have to trust me. Do it and see, experiment and see. Because then you will get to know you have something called damn this sixth sense also. You are not a slave of just this panchindriyas. There's something more. Your spirituality lies there, huh? Not in this panchindriyas. And all these spiritual people, they go, sab panchindriya mein ghum rahe. They don't want to give it up. So, both vasanas also will definitely get widened because you are a person of panchindriyas. So, only that will give you sukhas, all these five senses. You can never relish in the sukha that you get inside beyond these five senses. It becomes very difficult to understand. So, bhul jao. We are talking about self-realization. It's not all this. It's not that simple cup of tea, what we think about. It's very simple. Who am I karte baitho, char webinar karo, and you're going to get there. It's not going to happen. Webinars will not give you. Webinars might give you an idea of a method. Like I'm telling about subjective awareness, it has to be experienced. Shiva Sutra has to be experienced. I mean, nahi, bhaiya, aap sikhao. Sikhao, the word comes means you are not ready. You must sit there and it will happen. But I have to make myself ready that I sit and hear one or two sutras and you explode. Udyamo Bhairava. There it should explode Bhairava in you. Two ways people connect with Bhairava. Udyamo Bhairava, wake up Bhairava. To your full strength, 100%. So there are people who say, Udyamo Bhairava outside. You wake up, come, rise and take me. Help me, save me. Bhairava, Jagrit ho jao. Jago Ma. Ma bahar se jag rahi hai. And where is Ma? Some of you experienced, right? Where is Ma here? Last retreat. That's all Shiva Sutras, but I'm simply little I'm giving you those hints. Shiva Sutras explains everything very detailedly, very crystal clear. It's experiential. Once you realize that, will you call out for Ma outside? Will you sing those bhajans? So that's why I'm saying, have an experience. Experience is everything. Experience only clears your doubts. Buddhi, यहाँ से जमा मत करो. Knowledge, reading books, hundreds of masters, hundreds of videos you see, it's not going to cleanse anything. Like Nityananda says, sugar, take it and put it on your tongue, you can say this is sweetness. Other lakhs of words people use and tell how is sweetness, you cannot explain. Self is something like that. Self-realization is that. These tattvas are all that. So to have an experience, first we must trust our own inner self that I am capable beyond my five senses. And I should have the capability and audacity to shut down my five senses. How many times do we shut down my five senses? That is the simplest method I'm teaching, shifting into awareness. You shift into awareness and I challenge you if your five senses will work. कितना समय लगता है? You shift into that awareness and see it is not mindfulness. It is you, the Atman, awareness, pure awareness. You are pure awareness. What I'm talking about. Shifting into awareness means shifting into that reality of who you are. You are pure awareness. But we first use ego awareness, mind awareness to tap into this, become aware of all this, become aware of all that. That is your mindfulness. But there is something beyond that. And that is revealed in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. What you guys are already doing since the past 3 years, that is Vigyan Bhairav Tantra only. Methods of Shiva. to realize that I am Shiva. So subjective experience means having an experience. Udyamo Bhairava, not from outside. Udyamo Bhairava, the second step, from outside you start getting inside. Then you say, Bhairava is within me. Udyamo Bhairava. Then I don't call outside. I say, I feel the Bhairava in me activate. To get to that level only, you need a lot of cleansing of all the crap. It's not easy to even fathom that Bhairava is within me. How? Where is? In my heart, in my head. Where is it? For that, you need depth of that Shiva Sutras to understand how Bhairava is, where and how is he you. You are Bhairava. That is too early to talk about. But if you can't fathom it, then it's like Bhairava is within me. Okay, fine. Then outside, no Bhairava, inside. All your bhakti bhajans outside will stop. All your calling out for gods will stop outside. Then you close your eyes and Bhairava is getting activated inside. That is second step. Bhairava, Udyamo Bhairava. Wake up, Bhairava, inside. And the last is the most difficult. When Udyamo Bhairava, you don't say, Bhairava only is saying, the Bhairava is saying, Udyamo Bhairava. You remember Anugrah Shakti? What I told about? Tirobhava, the Panchakrityas of Shiva. The Tirobhava. And the time comes right, Shiva only expands himself. He withdraws himself and becomes that little soul. And he allows the ego to play the game. He is only playing that game by allowing the ego. Ego is you, Jake. So Jake is playing the game. Somebody has taken a back seat. And when the time comes, Anugraha Shakti, it starts reversing. That reversing process is Udyamo Bhairava. He is waking up. It has nothing got to do with you and me, with you calling. He is calling himself. So that's very deep. Anyways, so those are all those levels, advanced levels, what we're talking. For that, you have to clean up. You have to clean up. And arguing people, I will not want to hear. Because if you have an ounce of doubt, it's not going to work. What is this guy telling? And then I have to prove it to you. Forget, it's not going to happen. Because these are something to be experienced. You close your eyes and you listen to those verses, and this is the meaning, and you get Shaktipata. Shaktipat happens. Ask a few of them who got Shaktipat here last time. Who did it? I didn't do it. You are ready for it. Who does it? Arunachala. He is the doer. The Bhairava in you is the doer. But you must allow that Bhairava. हम बड़ा Bhairava से बहुत बड़े हैं बहुत. हमारा दिमाग चलता है. हमारा बुद्धि है. हमारा concepts. So we are greater than Bhairava. So that greater one has to die. Then only Bhairava activates. That is divine will. Your free will has to die. So this might be a little astounding for people who are not ready for it. So that's fine. So I'm not going too deep into that. I'm just giving you the nudge of Arunachala Tattva. Arunachala Tattva is this. Completely this. That is why you will find a being. He's not a doer. He's a being. He's Murugan. Okay? Skanda. Skandashram. He is known to be the avatar of Murugan. Not like that. Murugan is what? Awareness. We want to know deep about Murugan, relationship between Shiva and his son Skanda. Do the course that I have already done there, Sarva Gyanottara. You'll fully understand the Gyan given by Shiva to his son, Guhai, or Skanda, or Murugan, or Subramanya, or Kartikeya, or Kumara, different names. So this is Skanda, this zone. That is why it is mentioned in Skanda, Skanda Purana, Arunachala. Skanda Tatva, this is Skanda, third eye. Awareness. Skanda means awareness, Murugan. Jnana Shakti. The veil that he holds is Jnana Shakti. And the other two deities who are next to him is Kriya Shakti and Icha Shakti. Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Murugan with the whale is Jnana Shakti. This is Jnana Tattva. This is Jnana Marga here. Can you see all the resemblance? How it is all connected? Arunachala, Jnana Tattva. Ramana teaching Jnana Marga. See that? Why? He is Murugan. Jnana Tattva. And the final Jnana, Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. This is all awakened here. And to be awakened, anything below this has to die. So if your Kundalini is just jumping up your Muladhara and Swanisthana, what is going to happen? Please understand this. If your life is all about Muladhara and Swadhisthana, how can you even expect something about Agya? And forget Agya, you are aiming towards Sastara. Shiva, I want Shiva. So if before wanting Shiva, you have to finish all your other wanting. I want this, I want that. Finish all that. Then you will have the final desire called I want Shiva. When you finish all and when you're fed up with the game, is when you will say, I want Shiva. That is why I'm playing. Play it, play it, play it, play it, play it. You have to play the game. You cannot withdraw back. You cannot say, oh, I got Jnana now. Now it's of no use. Now only Shiva for me. Try it. That also will not happen. Because the moment you want to strive for Shiva, something will pull you from down. Your vasanas will pull you down. And every time you're trying to jump, you will get frustrated. I can't get Shiva. I can't become Nischala. I'm trying to meditate. ध्यान ही नहीं लगता. कैसे लगेगा? चंचल है मन. चंचल क्यों है? Unresolved issues, unfulfilled dreams and desires. So before I want Shiva, create. I want a husband, I want a wife, I want a child, I want a home, I want a car. Do it, no problem. All part of Shiva's game only. Do it with this knowledge. How do you do it with this knowledge? Those who want to go and explore and still want Shiva, then don't forget Shiva, Shiva Tattva. What is Shiva Tattva? Rudra, Bhairava. What is Bhairava? Everything will go one day. That is where the catch. Everybody enters into samsara thinking, I am going to have this forever. There is where the catch is. So if you can have this jnana, the power of this wisdom, and then enter into the world, you will be very safe. So that is where Arunachala Tattva comes about. The Jnana Tattva, the Skanda. So Skanda opens up all the secrets. To whom? To who is ready. Jnanman. This Jnan ka hi, some gems I am pouring out here. It is not the entire thing yet. So I'm telling there are huge things there. But for that, readiness has to be there. Otherwise, we cannot understand. Or even if we understand it, we might create something else. You know, so many people get depressed. They're fighting a battle in their own head. And when I try to remove that thorn, they go into depression, they go into sadness, they go into this. Why? They're fighting their own minds. So you can damage. With higher tattvas, you can damage yourself. That is why it is kept safeguarded. Sandhya Bhasha. Everything is put in Sandhya Bhasha. Everything is in decoded. That is why Shiva Sutra is also in decoded. That is why I'm telling, go and read it, you'll still not get it. Check it out. Because people say they want all shortcuts. When I'm talking about Shiva Sutra, भैया हमको बताओ कौन सा book में पढ़ना है. Book पढ़ के कोई थोड़ा वो जान पाएंगे उस चीज. This is all tattva bodha. This cannot come from books. Books are only a guide. You still need guidance on that to get there. Check it out if you don't believe. So that is why they are very delicate subjects. But they are waiting, I'm telling you. They are waiting. Arunachala is waiting. The Tattva is waiting for those who are ready. Ready means what? Take the plunge. You take the plunge, you have it. So all those who are running, no, I want Shiva, I will get Shiva. And I will do this meditation, I will do that practice, this. All that you will get is a new concept about Shiva. Guaranteed. You will find him something, you will give him some attributes. Oh, he's very powerful, he does this, and then you'll be singing bhajans about Shiva. Mere डमरू वाले, mere त्रिशूलधारी, mere भस्म रमाए, all those things are there. What is that going to do? Tell me, you have been singing all these years. What has it done? Apart from little stimulation and entertainment. That's all. So what I'm trying to tell you is the Shiva that you're seeking is just a conceptual Shiva. It's not an experiential Shiva. An experiential, I don't mean he's somewhere there. I want to go and experience him. No, you are that. you, it's like embracing yourself. So that वो फूटना चाहिए भीतर से. You should have start getting that experience. And how will you get that? You have to clear all this wrong concepts. But छोड़ने को हम तैयार ही नहीं. Concept छोड़ो. Concept देने वाले को छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं. Bhaiya, yesterday you said if you can sit still without vibration in your head. When did I say that? You can sit still without vibration in your head. Do we have vibration in the head? Everybody? I didn't get that. That is Nischalman. Vibration in the head is happening on its own as I'm not the doer. Is vibration happening means there are issues which are yet to resolve and that will also happen on its own. Is this correct understanding? First of all, that word vibration, do you mean thoughts? Just reply. Are you trying to tell vibration means thoughts or it is some buzzing in your head that's happening? Really vibration. Vibration is related to your prana. Buzzing. Buzzing is an outcome of prana. It's energy. That has nothing to do with Nishchalamana. Nishchalamana means no thoughts. A purified mind will have no thoughts. No thoughts doesn't mean you cannot have thoughts because if there is karma in you, if you are alive, you are going to have thoughts. It is about thoughts coming, but you are not accessible to that thoughts. See, don't worry about buzzing and all that, Shanti Prakash. All those things will be there. You'll have a lot of symptoms, Kundalini moving up and down, this and that. You are not going to have peace with your body. Please understand this. Don't ever think if you are doing practices, I'm going to sit in bliss. You will have to go through a lot. Your body has to cleanse. Your nadis has to cleanse. All those things will happen. When Kundalini rises, when you are doing these kind of practices, a lot of things will happen. You have to cleanse. You have to take care of your food habits. You have to take care of many, many things. Then you can facilitate it. All these things will happen. So buzzing in the head, all these things are there. These are all symptoms of different activities that's happening in your Kundalini. You don't have to get bothered because they will keep coming, going. All kind of such symptoms will come and go, including illnesses also. Many will play and go, but come and go doesn't mean that it will just come and go like that until you are doing it right. You got to do certain things. Yesterday, what we did, that meditation, please keep doing it. The cleansing with Jala Tattva and Agni Tattva, light. Continuously, if you do it, you'll see a lot. And yesterday only, many people have wrote already. I could see that. Many have wrote how suddenly there is a relaxation, how suddenly a heavy burden went away, how suddenly somebody saying I slept like a log after so long. Just one meditation can make you do that. Because yesterday's meditation is connected to this. I invoke Arunachala. You're sitting here. That's why I said you're doing sessions here means I mean that. So those who did it, those who are doing good, keep doing all those things. You just have to activate, connect it, forget the recordings, connect. And I told you the methods how to do it, connect and just do it. It will just happen. It just needs your intention. It doesn't need a technique. Don't get carried away by the techniques. Yes, Bhaiya, it was happening on its own. All hatred comes on its own, and then water element played its role. Yeah. You can see the changes. You just do it for 1 week. Okay. Don't take my words. Do it. Experience. I'm telling you, you're shifting to awareness. All about experience. No gyan. Pokadga. You double your gyan with back your gyan with experience. Do it for a week and tell me. Give me your feedbacks. Let's see what happens. Do it for a month if you can again and see. You keep doing it, you're purifying. You're moving to Nirmal Mana. Because these processes, what I'm telling, this is all Sukshma Tattva, the method that we did yesterday, because your koshas are Sukshma. Your tendencies, vasanas, vikaras, karma, all this is Ati Sukshma. You cannot do it with intellect. You have to use Sukshma Tattva for Sukshma cleansing. You getting it? So this keep doing. And inner child healing, all those you are doing, it's powerful. Do that. How much? It's all upon you. How much do I want to cleanse? How much I want to get out of this rug? Or how much you want to say, भैया ये Saturday weekend को हम करें beer पीने के बाद या beer पीने से पहले. Nobody talked about beer, but I'm assuming weekends mean that. Film देखने से पहले film. It's your priority. Whatever is your priority, that happens to you. Is that why I have slept off till 8:45 a.m.? I've been getting up early for a hospital appointment, but today also I was exhausted and slept off. See, exhausted means what? You have a tired mind. That is why when people come here for retreats and suddenly the people are somebody starts snoring, and people are like, "Hey," I said, don't wake them up. Tired minds. They have come in a zone where they get peace. First, put the mind to peace, let it rest. Then it becomes ready for meditation. You keep dodging that no sleep. I'll say, don't become very brutal. You won't be able to say. You have to first give first what your body mind wants. That is what I'm simply telling you the principle. You want something of lower world, go and finish it. First, when you fulfill that only hierarchy, then only you can go ahead. So, first, if your need is gross sleep, you have to give it sleep. So what if it is these process, powerful process? So use it for getting sleep. Most of your healing happens if you have good sleep. Somebody with deep insomnia came and they sat for a few sessions and started getting sleep and rest. So you have to first cater to your body and mind needs. Okay, don't bypass anything. No, I'm spiritual. No, gadbad hoga. So it's okay. That's why I'm telling Goli Maro, all your disciplines, Yam Niyam, what you have been taught, Brahma Murat mein utna, Goli Maro. Aapko, if you want to get up at 10 o'clock, get up. First, take care of your body and needs. You want good rest, give it. Keep aside all the Yam Niyam, वो सब बाद में. उसके अंदर अगर हठ योग लाओगे, will be under trouble. That is what I was reading today. Hati Yoga. With Chidakasha Gita, Bhagwan says selfishness, ego will increase. Body consciousness will increase. Hati Yoga is selfishness, do not do it. Bhagwan says. He says do only Raj Yoga, internal yoga. No external yoga. And here today I was reading in something and I came across this beautiful. And that is what I wanted to share. Here also, this Arunachala Tattva talks about obstacles and Hatha Yoga. Okay, obstacles and Hatha Yoga. See the resemblance between Nityananda, what he's saying, and here. So somebody asked Bhagwan, Ramana, people practicing meditation, etc., are said to get new disease at any rate. I feel some pain in the back and in the front of the chest. This is stated to be a test by God. Will Bhagwan explain this and say if it is true? So somebody comes and says, I have pain in the back, I have pain in the neck, I have in front of the chest, and all those things are happening. And it's like new disease coming up. So is it true that people who are practicing meditation get all these kind of diseases? Is this a test by God? So most of us feel that, it's pariksha liya jata hai. These are all your tests. So he asked Bhagwan, can you rectify and clarify? Bhagwan says, first of all, there is no Bhagwan outside of you because he's calling him Bhagwan. So there is no Bhagwan outside, and therefore there is no test institute. There is no test outside. What you believe to be a test or a new disease resulting from spiritual practices is really the strain that is now brought to play upon your nerves and five senses. So Bhagwan explains what you are believing to be new diseases, new kind of diseases that's happening to you in so many different ways. So all these diseases, what you think, and all these symptoms and things like that. What we are talking is all about symptoms. ये हुआ, वो हुआ, इधर हो रहा है, उधर हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है. So he says that is because of the strain that is being put now on your nerves and your five senses. We see we are used to these five senses and nerves. And in meditation, what do? You stop. Whole life it has been dancing. Five senses and the indriyas and your nadis all the time active. And suddenly you stop the nadis in meditation. Strain. So Bhagwan Ramana is explaining this is the outcome of that strain, the practices that you do, which you believe to be is the test of God. The mind which was hitherto operating through the nadis to the sense, external objects, and thus maintaining a link between itself and the organs of perception is now required to withdraw from this link. And this action of withdrawal naturally closes a strain, a sprain, or a snap attendant with pain, which people term disease and perhaps test by God. So that's what I'm telling you. It's nothing is there, but that withdrawal, the action withdrawal that naturally causes a strain or a sprain or a snap. Something snaps, which results in pain, which people are terming as disease. They call it as disease, or some say it is a test of God, parikshavari. See, these kind of tattva, this is Arunachala Tatva. It's talking from a very different zone. Here we are not talking Hatha Yoga. This is Raj Yoga. This is the internal talk. It is not talking about solution from the physical and pranic end. Okay, it is talking something deeper. All these would go if you would, but continue your meditation, bestowing your thoughts solely on the understanding yourself or on self-realization. There is no greater remedy than this continuous yoga or union with God or Atman. There cannot but be pain as a result of your discarding your long acquired vasanas. So he's telling the pain is the result of your discarding the vasanas. Now, every time you are in vasanas, but now you are holding restraints, meditation, and all these things. So it's resulting from there. And he's telling further, all these would go, all these symptoms, all these things will simply start going away if you would continue your meditation. What is that meditation? On understanding the self or self-realization. So you can see Ramana is simply talking, abide in the self. I told you, this person, Guma Piraki, will come there only, the whole thing. Telling simply abide in the self. So you focus on your thoughts on attaining the self. Now that is very difficult, because everybody is not having that aim to focus on the self. So he's talking to the people who are on that zone, who want nothing but self-realization. For them, it's easy. Because all the parihara will start coming because the root is there. What is the root? Ego is the root. Anamala, Shiva Sutras. Because of Anamala only, you have Maya Imala, and because of Maya Imala, you have Karma Mala. Three Mala. You remove the three Mala, it is Nirmala. Nirmal Mala. So he's talking about Anamala, the ego. You remove the ego, disease will go. That's what he's meaning by self. So you can see if you come to that level of realization, then you're working your spirituality from that level. You don't need anything else. If you're not at that level, you need hundreds of things. Are you getting it? You need to work on your physical, and then your mental, and then your etheric or prana. Then the devotee asks, Hatha Yoga practices are said to banish all diseases effectively and therefore are advocated as necessary preliminaries to Jnana Yoga. So he's telling Hatha Yoga is believed to remove all the diseases effectively and therefore it is advocated as a preliminary to Jnana Yoga. So before you come here, you do Hatha Yoga. Everybody tells that. We also know that. Upadesar. First Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, then Raj Yoga, and then Jnana Yoga. Before that, you have to go through these practices. So he's asking that. What about this then? What is the question he asked? He says, Hatha Yoga practice are believed to be banishing all the diseases effectively. So it is advised before Jnana Yoga, you got to do all this. And Bhagwan says, let those who advocate them use them. So whoever is advocating about it, it is their work. Why? Because they are still on the grosser levels. That is why they are advocating, they are into that. So it is for them, let them do that. It has not been the experience here. He's telling it's not the experience here. All diseases would be effectively annihilated by continuous self-inquiry. So all those who have done these courses or done the webinars of self-inquiry, you know what it means. How to do self-inquiry. If you have not done Hari, if you feel I need to understand that, there are courses, you can do it, but still you got to cleanse a little more. Then it will happen spontaneously. आप हिंदी में मैं नहीं पढ़ सकता आप you can just ask the question Bhaskar if you want because I'll sit wasting my time reading that. Just raise your hand. I'll give you unmute Bhaskar. So then he talks about somebody asked about pranayama and he says what about pranayama? I do not speak about it on terms of Purakam, Rechakam, Kumbhakam, and their matras. Matras means inhalation, exhalation, retention of breath, and all that. We have discussed this all the time. How the mind and body, mind and prana are linked. You activate or you control your prana, you will control your mind. But that is very temporary. What most of the Hatha yogis do. So he says, this is just like forcibly milking a cow. A cow, you are holding on to the cow and forcibly getting that. You won't get very easily. You can't milk a cow very easily. And the other way is by cajoling the cow, by feeding grass, caressing it gently. So you tie the cow, you give it grass, you move your hands on it and make it comfortable and then milk it. You will get it, the milk. If you just try to invade over it, you will get kicks from it. So that is Hatha Yoga, forceful. Okay? जी भास्कर शॉर्ट में पूछेगा जो भी है बस हमको उतना टाइम नहीं है इसके ऊपर यस अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा आपको
प्रणाम।
हाँ प्रणाम
हाँ, तो मुझे पूछना था, इंट्यूजन जो होते हैं, जो हमारे मन के बियॉन्ड द माइंड होते हैं, हमारे मन के पार चलते हैं। हम कभी कोई व्यक्ति रहता है, उसकी बात हम समझ जाते हैं, या हमें लगता है कि कुछ होने वाला है, वो हम पहले ही जान 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 लेते हैं। वो जो रहता है
हाँ
वो हमारे मन का ही खेल है, या वो बाहर से आता है?
नहीं नहीं वो मन का खेल नहीं वो आपका इंट्यूटिव फैकल्टी है वो आपका इंट्यूशन ही काम कर रहा है सिक्स सेंस काम कर रहा है
हाँ, तो हम अगले व्यक्ति, एक 2 दिन पहले ही कुछ हुआ, एक व्यक्ति आगे बैठा था, उसे लग रहा था कि मैं वहां ना बैठूं, तो मैं बैठे बैठे उठ गया और मैंने बोला, तुम्हें लग रहा है क्या ऐसे कि मुझे यहाँ बैठना नहीं चाहिए? तो व्यक्ति वो बोली कि
इन सब चीजों में ज्यादा ना फंसिएगा ये
हाँ।
जब भी ऐसा होता है दृष्टाभाव रखिए ठीक है ना उसमें ज्यादा उलझिएगा नहीं क्योंकि वो
ओ,
आपको कहीं और ले जाएगा अभी जस्ट आई वाज सिटिंग एंड टॉकिंग टू उषा जी So she was sharing, something is happening to me. You know, her sister died. Her sister marne se pehle, just 2 hours before or something, she had this whole experience going, and she knew that she's not in good terms with her. But she knew something has happened and she is going to go. And after 2 hours, she got the message. So she told many things is happening. I said that's not just some are astral travels that's happening. Some are intuitive. Then she said, I'm trying to do. I said that's the problem. Don't do anything.
हाँ वो करना चाहिए
Don't
नहीं
pay
करना
attention to it. Don't pay
नहीं चाहिए
attention to it. ये सब होता रहेगा. ये आपका goal नहीं है. Your goal is not to go into all that. So if something happens, you can know, ठीक है, I am intuitive, okay, I'm getting intuitions. That's all. खत्म, आगे बढ़ो. उस पर ज्यादा भी चिंतन मत करो, आप भटक जाओगे.
उसमें घुसने की कोशिश करता है मन
हाँ, वो मन की वासनाएं रहती है, उसको मजा आता है उन सब चीजों में ना. फिर वो 4 लोगों को बोलने का मन करेगा. हाँ, फिर उसमें जाएगा, फिर और उसमें एक्सपेरिमेंट करने जाएगा, वो भटक जाएगा. फिर वो उसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ, उसमें ध्यान मत दीजिए. All these things, what happens? Lot of things will keep happening like this. Drishta bhava everywhere. Witness attitude. Stay back. How will you stay back? Stay in awareness. You have learned all that how to do. Just be aware of. Aware मतलब यहाँ से नहीं, सोच के aware नहीं हो सकता कोई. You have to do those practice. You have to stabilize that. है ना?
ठीक है.
ध्यान मत दीजिएगा उन सब चीजों. मन का खेल नहीं है, लेकिन मन भ्रमित कर सकता है. इंट्यूशन आता है, उसके बाद फिर मन बहुत खेल खेलता है उसके साथ. तो वो संभलिए. ठीक है ना?
ठीक है ठीक है.
Okay, thank you. Is the awakening going to happen instantaneously when one is right, when the cleansing is done? Meaning there is, thereby that is the gradual process. Yes, 100%. As you keep on cleansing, the awakening is not a one time happening. It keeps periodically happening again and again, again and again. It will keep happening. Okay, so you have to allow that awakening to happen again and again. That is what is referred as Shaktipat. Shaktipat matlab when you are getting cleansed, when you are getting ready, accordingly that dose of Shaktipat will keep happening naturally through way, whatever way, and you don't have to keep waiting where, how, and our work is simply to remove the mala. That's all. So you do everything to remove the mala, and simply you'll start getting. Whenever you have to get activated, you'll simply start getting activated. ठीक है ना? So here he's just talking about Prabhulinga. He's one of the great masters, one of the greatest mystics. I just adore him. He's known more popularly. Here they say Prabhulinga, but he's known as Allam Prabhu of the 12th century. He's from the 12th century. A great mystic and great Advait master. No nonsense master. You know, even Gorakshnath was taught by Prabhulinga. Because Gorakshnath ji was a Hatha Yogi, strong, very, very strong in Hatha Yoga. So Bhagwan is giving this example. I'll finish this example and then we'll end for this today's session. Sri Bhagwan one day told an anecdote from the life of Prabhulinga or Alam Prabhu while speaking on the subject of Hatha Yoga. Prabhulinga, the founder of Lingayat sect, which is now prevalent in Mysore, was touring the land for the uplift of spiritually minded people. He met the famous yogi Gorakhnath in Gokarna, which is a famous pilgrimage place in the west coast of India, near Goa. So the yogi welcomed him respectfully. Who? Gorakshnath ji welcomed whom? Alam Prabhu, this great mystic. He's like an Avadhuta, almost. He welcomed him respectfully, but Gorakshnath ji was proudly conscious of his extraordinary powers over the elements because he was a Hatha yogi. Siddhis. Siddhas means Siddhis. They have Siddhis. So there was this pride, a conscious pride of having control over these elements. Where did it go? Okay. He considered his guest more or less his equal, expressed pleasure at meeting him, and on greeting him, asked who was he. So he looked at Alam Prabhu and he thought it's okay, some saint, somebody like me only, another Siddha or something, more or less like that. So that consciously he was thinking that he is superior. So he asked, who are you? And Prabhu Linga replied that only he who has destroyed his ego, root and branch, and has realized himself could know who he was and wondered what he could say to the non-entity, a person who clung to his perishable body. Prabhulinga said, only the one who has destroyed the ego and its branches and who is realized that he is not the body would know who Alam Prabhu is, who I am. He asked, who is Alam Prabhu? I said, only the one who was destroyed will know who I am. It destroyed the ego. And he says, what can I tell a person who is still clinging on to his perishable body? So Alam Prabhu is telling Gorakshnath ji, what can I tell you who are clinging to your body? Because Gorakshnath ji had the pride of being a Hatha Yogi. Siddhis, mastery over elements. Gorakshnath, who identified his body with his self, replied, that person alone who has gained the immortality of his body by the favor of Shiva and the consumption of gulikas never die. Therefore, one who has not gained such immortality dies. Now, competing. When the moment he said, Alam Prabhu told, the one who has ego will not understand who am I. You're asking who is me. The one who has killed the ego will immediately understand who am I. He's an avaduta standing there. And Gorakshnath defends and says, the only person, those who have gained immortality of the body. Now I'm coming to that zone, which I keep on telling. Yeah, immortals. This is all towards that, immortality of the body. So he says, only the one who has gained this immortality of the body by the favor, grace of Shiva, only such a person will never die. And who? Favor of Shiva and the consumption of gulikas. Gulikas are some medicinal herbs that you get in Sayadri Hills, okay, near Gokaran. Gulikas are very special herbs where even Saint Xavier was supposed to have taken. In Goa, you can see, his body is still there. So even he was supposed to have taken. This is found in Sayadri near Goa, that side, that range, mountain ranges. So Gorakshnath is telling only the person who has taken Gulikas and who has the grace of Shiva and got an immortal body, only that is the one who never dies. Therefore, one who has not gained such immortality dies. Matlab, those who have not got this immortality, this kind of siddhi, that person dies. Because he said, the one who has died of ego, they only can know me. Now he is putting it in this manner. So then Prabhu observed, you speak as if existence is an imperishable body of. You speak as if existence in an imperishable body is your real existence and the death of your body as your death. So you are talking as though your existence in this body, perishable body, is what is real. Evidently, you appear to think that the body itself is yourself. So he's telling Gorakshnath ji, it's very evident in your talks that you're feeling this I that you're the self that you're claiming is this body, because this body you're giving immortality. You're not going to the immortality of the self. You can only be matched by the ignorant masses. Now he's telling Gorakshnath ji, you are in match of the ignorant masses. That is, you are no better than an ignorant person, though you are a famous Siddha, a yogi. So he's telling Gorakshnath, though you are a famous Siddha, you are not any less than an ignorant, the masses. If the body be yourself, why do you say my body? If your body you say it's myself, the Atman, then why are you saying my body? So mind means somebody is there owning the body. Everyone speaks of his possessions, like my clothes, my gold, etc. Everybody's talking about. Tell me if anyone identifies himself with the clothes or the gold, etc., and says, I'm the clothes, I'm the body, I'm the gold. So he's now giving, see, you can see ignorance even at the highest levels. This I've told many times in many even mystics, like even Ramakrishna had that, but he had the humility to know that the Advaita, I'm still not there. So these are all examples like that. Gorak replied, men say, I think, I walk, etc. Please tell me what the I signifies in such instances. So Gorakshanath is asking, when you say, I think, I walk, who's this I? So Alam Prabhu says, I think signifies association with the faculty of thinking. The one who's thinking says, I think. Similarly, also in other instances, association with the body, the senses, the faculties is meant. So whatever, I walk means the one who's walking. On the other hand, I be identical with them. How many eyes are there? Now he's asking, so how many eyes you have? I walk, I think, I speak, I eat. So now Allah Prabhu is asking, so how many eyes are there? When you are saying you're stressing on that eye, so you can see I walk out so many eyes in you. You are mistaking a superimposition for reality. You are mistaking a shadow to be a reality. Gorak asked Prabhu to explain what is the meaning by saying, I lose my life. Is there one life to lose another? Then he say, I lose my life. Is there one more life to lose? I lose one life. Is there more to lose? Prabhu said, life breath is the real meaning of the word life. So here he is explaining life breath. Life breath means prana. Here he's talking about prana. Whereas self is also referred to life figurative. Why do you seek your own ruin by identifying yourself with the perishable body composed of flesh, blood, bones, fat, etc., notwithstanding the scriptural statement that self is existence, knowledge, and bliss? Then when you know the Atman is Satchidananda, existence, knowledge, and bliss, why are you creating your own ruin? Why are you destroying yourself by identifying yourself to this perishable body of flesh, bones, fat, etc.? One who, disgusted with his body, the thing responsible for the intermittent recurrence of births and deaths, is intent upon obtaining freedom. Who gets freedom is really one who is disgusted. Disgusted means once you know this is it. The body has its own limitation. Only those can attain freedom. Better. So he says this one will also look at the body with the same disgust as the one who has unwittingly trodden on the loathsome offal of the path. So as you look at all the trash, you don't care about it. The one who has had or who feels about the body in this manner, it doesn't mean you discard your body. It simply says you don't give so much importance to the body. Hatha yogis give a lot of importance to the body, the way it looks, maintenance. Have you seen all the triceps and biceps and the way you look and your chest puffed up and eight packs and all those things? While the wise pray to Shiva to free them from taking a body anymore, just as a man would take medicine to get rid of himself of a malady once and for all, is it not a matter for wonder that you should seek to perpetuate the body by divine favor? So he's telling wise pray to Shiva to free them from the body, the real ones, seekers. Instead of getting acquainted with the body, they say, free me from this body consciousness. This is what is Arunachala Tatva. It's nothing else. Freeing me from the body consciousness. So he's saying the wise pray to Shiva to free them from body consciousness. Just like a man would take medicine and to free himself from the disease. As simple as that. So the medicine is to free himself from the disease. So Shiva is the medicine to free yourself from body consciousness. Arunachala Tatva is that. That is why this hill is called as the destroyer of ego. Anamal, it removes straight. All other paths are dodging and playing around with the third mala. What is that? Karma mala. And some are still fighting a little bit ahead in Maya mala, unable to get above it. And here, Arunachala Tattva, the root, Anamala, the ego first. Because the ego comes, I comes. When the I comes, immediately there is a separate. I become different, Shiva is separate, world is separate, identities are separate. And the moment this ignorance comes, the next Maya Mala catches this. Maya. Maya cannot catch without ego. Simple. And the moment Maya Mala catches, moha, attachment, this, that, Karma Mala catches. Karma begins there. Len den shuru ho gaya, karmic debt shuru ho gaya. So you can see all the paths are struggling in that zone only yet. Karma kaise due? माया से कैसे मुक्त हुए अभी तक पहुंचे नहीं. We have not even come. That Shiva Sutra is what I'm telling you. They're still playing around with the karma. And it is very difficult when you keep playing around. Hey, I'm very attached. You more say, how can I become nirmoha? How to attain detachment? Very difficult. Why? The root is anamala, ego. If till the moment that is existing, Maya Mala will exist. Till the moment Maya Mala is there, karma will 100% exist. And we are trying to burn our karmas. We are trying to kill the Maya. Oh, too much of Maya. Why the Maya? Because ego. So, Arunachala Tattva, today what I'm trying to tell you is the killer of the source. That is why it is said the destroyer of ego, the Anamana. So that is what he's telling here. Why pray to Shiva? To free me from Anamana, ego. So who comes to Arunachala, this prayer shall surely be granted. Because that is what he is sitting here, Bhairava. To grant you freedom from Anamala, not your Karmamala. Because even if you tell me, take off this karma, take off this Maya, he will simply take off your ego. Jad ka fasad. The source is there, problem is there. So anyhow you pray here, dodging. If you simply tell, get rid of my problem, he'll get rid of that problem, the creator of the problem, the I. And so, does not this correspond to a sick man taking medicine to perpetuate the malady? So he's telling it's simple like that. A person going to Arunachala and playing, the Anamala, get me, Nirmala, is simply like a man going to take a medicine to get rid of his malady, that is disease. Has even one such glorified body ever been born which has not met with death? So now he's giving the tattva to Gorakshnath. However long, you can see in Tamil Nadu, if you come, there are siddhas who have lived for 2000 years, 4000 years, 5000 years, Tirumular 5000 years, Bhogarnathji 3.5 years, 1000 years. All the siddhas you can see, Patanjali 4000 some. Thousands may hit, but still the 1000 ends somewhere. Have you noticed that? So, how much ever you extend that, is what he's saying. Has even one such glorified body ever been bought which has not been met with death? There never was a case of a stone thrown up that has not come back to earth. आज तक एक भी केस नहीं हुआ where you throw a stone and it does not return. So also, anything having a beginning must also have an end, sometime or the other, same way. Only if there was anything that was not born, could it remain without death. So that simply says, if you are born, you will have death. So what will not have death? That which is unborn. What is unborn? The Atman. What is born from the Atman? Ego. So if ego is born, it has to die. What is unborn? Atman. Never born, it will never die. That is immortality, what we are talking. So this has been given to Gorakshnath now. You have based the immortality of your body on the use of drugs and divine favor on no other assumption than the days you would live with his body are intermittent. So he's telling you are simply imbibing your immortality on the grace of Shiva and on the drugs. Means that medicine, Siddha medicine, Muppu. There's something called Muppu to give you body longevity. Kaya Kalp. There are many methods of Kaya Kalp. So he's telling you are simply crediting all this to these drugs, medicines, and divine favor of Lord Shiva. This assumption is attainable. Means this assumption is false. Oh, you who are great in penance. Now he's telling Gorakshna, oh, the great one, you are who are a tapasvi, the great one in penance. Desire at least hereafter to obtain salvation. Ab to mukt ho jao. Can you see Arunachala Tattva? It is even catching the rishis and telling this. Shiva is coming down and telling rishis, what is this karma kanda? Again and again. Now at least obtain salvation. Here also you can say he's telling Gorakshna. Oh, Allam Prabhu. I will be taking a session on Allam Prabhu. This just like Malalishwari, Akka Mahadevi, all these people were at that time. Gorak could not be persuaded and would not budge an inch from the ground. So the ego of Gorakshna did not take it. He said, no, I'll not take it. He challenged Prabhu to try cutting his body by handing him a sword, long, bright and sharp. So he challenged Allam Prabhu. You are insulting this body, telling this is not immortal. Take the sword and cut it. It's an immortal body. Okay. Okay. Here is not telling Goraks to cut. He's telling Allam Prabhu, if you are so talking about the self, which is immortal and all these things, you cut your body and show. And here he's trying to cut his body. His body could not be cut, nor was Gorak able to touch an atom of Prabhu when he was in turn challenged. Oh, okay. So it's correct. It's very complicated English, hi-fi English. So he persuades, correct, that's correct. He persuades Prabhu Atmalinga, the Prabhulinga, to cut me. If you feel this body is not immortal, you cut me. He tries, but and Ulta, he tries to cut him. Who? Allam Prabhu. But his body doesn't get cut. Gorak was surprised at this, acknowledged Prabhu's superiority and begged to be taught the Brahma Vidya. So this is where the ego crushes of Gorakshnath. He simply tries to cut Prabhu, but nothing happened because the knife, the sword passes through his body. Because they are attained that kind of state, like even Ramalinga Swami, if you see, a very divine body. They are called divine bodies. But the body also, the swords cannot cut, the fire cannot burn, and all that. So, but this body is not still eternal. Okay, it's just atoms. They evaporate and all. So, anyways, this Leela happened to show Gorakshnath a lesson here. And then when he sees the superiority, he accepts, okay, he is quite superior. He was treating him inferior, thinking that he is a Siddha. So Allam Prabhu is a simple man, an Avadhuta. So all these things happen. You can Google for the story. I think it's still more deeper and longer. They have cut it and too much of English. So then Gorakshnath says, please teach me this Vidya. What is this Vidya that you're carrying? And he says, this is Brahma Vidya. This is what Arunachala Tattva is. Brahma Tattva, Brahma Vidya. The art of moving towards the Brahman. Devi Kalutra. This is all Brahma Vidya. Kala Gyan is Atma Gyan. Brahma Vidya. Forget it, where I'm reading, what I'm reading. I'm gathering a lot of things. Prabhu then expounded to Gorak Brahma Vidya as follows. Gorak. So he gives The small para is there with which it ends. So he's giving the Brahma Vidya saying, Gorak, conceive not your body as yourself. Seek the indweller, means the cave dweller, the one who's dwelling inside. And you will once for all get rid of the disease of birth and death. See here, the biggest disease is telling birth and death is a disease. We have explained this in, if you remember, Dakshinamurti Stotram, Bhavaroga. Bhavaroga is the biggest of roga, the roga of birth and death. So when we pray to Dakshinamurti, we say, give me freedom from Bhavaroga. And Ramana is, that's why considered to be a form of Dakshinamurti, the silent teacher. Dakshinamurti taught in silence, Ramana taught in silence. All those who sat just in his presence were enlightened. Dakshinamurti, the teachings transferred through silence. The cave is only your heart. The indweller thereof is called God, and I am that. So the Tattva of I am that, Am Brahmasmi Tattvamasi, was given to Gorakshnath by Prabhulinga or Allam Prabhu. Okay, these are very rare stories. These are all hidden. They will not be told much. So he says, go more on the cave dweller. What is the cave now? The cave. Kanangad, Nityananda's caves. 43 caves. This is also known as Guhai. Okay. And the entrance, the indweller, the one who dwells in your Chidakasha, is the indweller. In Sarvagyanotara, what is it called? Shiva giving the teachings to Guhai. Guhai is another name for Kartikeya, sun. And you come here to Arunachala, you will find Guhai Namah Shivaya. Very, very connected it is. Guhai Namah Shivaya. There is a Guhai in where there is a Jiva Samadhi. And if you see very closely, this is the place where Ramana is to sit first. And Devi Kalotra, he translated in this case. Guhai. Indweller. Very, very deep, these are all connections. Okay. So I think this is what I wanted to convey today about. You can read the story. I have not searched it in Google, but do read it. You'll get much more clearer picture of, or I'll put it on the Facebook about Allam Prabhu. Allam Prabhu has great tattvas. I would like to take one session when I'm back home of Allam Prabhu. All his teachings are brilliant. I have books of him at home, which I brought from. His samadhi is not there. He just evaporated. Yeah, Amit.
Namaskar, Maria. The story I just have a little bit in my mind, so I'm just sharing the story of Gorakhnath Prabhu, that he made his body so strong that if that knife is somebody is throwing the knife, he is
It
not
hits back.
damaging the body. And then he went to this attitude, with this attitude that do whatever, it will not impact me. So then Alam Prabhu told him that make your body so sushma that if you try on me. So he throws his knife and it passes
Okay.
through.
Okay.
It doesn't. I mean, it passes through to his body, and he
Okay.
says that now. Then he realizes that ego is. That is
Exactly.
the. I heard the
That's a
story.
beautiful word. That's why I said Google it out. Many of you will
It is
find
very
deeper.
very great experience.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere. I don't recollect, but I have in my deep
There
in
are
my
many
mind. So
versions.
I
I've heard
just
it.
thought
There
to
are
share it.
different versions. So you can see. See, we are not interested in the stories. God damn all those stories.
Right.
The message. The message is what is important. So you will find
The
hundreds of
message
stories.
is that yes, the message is that making the body strong, rather than that just work inside of within you, that this is your Sukshma Swarup, where you have to work out, not the physical body that you are supposed to
There is
work on.
nothing to work on. There is nothing to work on. He is simply considering his body to be immortal because he is identifying all his vasanas, his presence. I live and I am immortal. So he is thinking body lives and he is immortal. Whereas Alam Prabhu is telling that is not immortal, your soul is immortal. Your body will perish one day. How much ever
Right.
way that test happened. You know?
That is what I wanted to tell.
Yes. So this, we have talked so many times about this when we are talking about immortals. Immortal means, how do I become immortal? I do not become immortal. I am immortal. I only realize I am immortal. My soul, me, the soul, I've never born and died. I'm always there. I don't die. So this Atman is always immortal. So I have to realize I'm immortal. I don't have to create immortality. Don't have to work on this soul to do something. I just have to realize. How do I realize? By removing the ego, which makes me think that I am not immortal. Body starts taking over. I am immortal. So that illusion is being removed. The moment that is removed, this comes. See, that is where I'm telling. These concepts have to die. There is no other way. All the concepts that make you keep more and more in your body conscious. See, any concept you catch, you come into body consciousness, you will come into ego. What is Anamala? I am separate from Shiva. You draw a picture of Shiva, you have become separate. Anamala is very strong. It cannot be broken. It will not be broken. Now, what will happen next when you have Shiva outside as an image? You'll start now looking at that. Oh, there is a God there. Let me try to connect. That is Maya. Second is Maya Imala. And the moment you're caught with Maya Imala, you will start your karma. Then you'll start doing all kind of karma. And there is where you get stuck up. So any concept, any godly, any divine concept will make you strong in Anamala. Please get this. This is the message today of Arunachala Tatva. Any concept you hold, however divine, you are strengthening still the Anamala. You leave all the stuff, Anamala is clean. Is that clear?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jay. Amit, anything you want to ask? If anything is to ask, you can ask. Sharing, not. Anything to ask? Question? Okay. Okay, then just become aware of your body. We'll just do a 5-minute quick practice. You've already mastered now. How do you do it? Become aware of your body. Wherever your body is sitting, whatever it is touching, quickly you can do it. You simply become aware of your whole body from top to bottom. Yeah, I have a head, I have a neck, I have a shoulder, I have hands, I have chest, I have the torso, I have the pelvic region, I have 2 legs, there are bones in me, I am the musculoskeletal system. I am aware of my whole musculoskeletal system and the fats, the tissues that are surrounding it, all the organs, I'm aware. Right from my brain to my toe, I can sense, experience all my organs, all at once. So, since you have practiced it, it will be very quick for you to become quickly aware of everything in your body, top to bottom, your hair, and then your skin, the whole skin spread out from top to bottom. You're aware of your whole skin. One best way to be aware of your skin is just become aware of the clothes that is touching your skin. Simply become aware of the touch of my clothes. Every part of you all together at once, not in pieces. Suddenly you will see your awareness simply expanding over your body. I can experience the touch in every cloth that is touching me, all the clothes from top to bottom. Then I become aware of the touch of the objects to my body, the chair or bed or sofa or desk or bench or whatever you're sitting on, the floor, the touching, maybe the slippers that you wear, the mat that you're touching, the watch that you wear, the rings that you're wearing, the chain, the band on your head, or the specs on your nose, earrings, nose rings. You simply are aware of everything that your body is touching right now. It includes your clothes, all the ornaments, all the objects touching on which you're sitting, your feet is touching. Expand everything, including your whole body now, organs, the whole musculoskeletal system. Can you see how awareness deepens? You are becoming alive everywhere. Whole idea is to become alive from top to bottom. Every cell becomes alive. You're just aware. Become aware of how you have become aware. Become aware and conscious of your aliveness. And observe how just 5 minutes back you had no absolute awareness of your body. And now one command into the ears and your brain works and responds to awareness. You have shifted into awareness. Within seconds to minutes or minutes to seconds, you can see the shift. I want you to just observe that, what happened before and afterwards. And see what awareness can be done. I am a conscious being. I am an aware being. It's the God gift of me. I can become aware of anything, but I lose the memory of it. I do not take advantage of this gift. And I forget about it and I remain unconscious. Unconsciousness brings me sufferings. Unconsciousness leads me to wrong actions, wrong thinking. Unconsciousness keeps me disconnected from life and everything around this life. So if I'm conscious, just become alert right now and become conscious and see. My whole body is conscious. Become aware of what's happening. The breath that is moving in your nostrils, windpipe into your lungs, expanding, contracting. Don't do anything. Don't control. Don't take deep breaths. Don't do just anything. Whatever is happening, it was happening before also, right? You're not doing anything, but your body was breathing. So now why control it? Don't control anything. Just observe. Put your attention to what was already happening. I'm aware of my breath moving in and out, how it touches my nose, how it expands my lungs. What happens when it expands? My chest blows up, then it contracts. What happens when the air flows out through the nose? I can feel the air. Now you'll see the moment you become aware of your breath, you lose connection from all the other awareness which you are aware of. Reignite it. Along with the breath, become aware of the whole body, organs, musculoskeletal systems, the clothes, the objects that you're touching, and also your breath. See how interesting it is? You can deepen your awareness. This is what I mean by saying be 100% alive. You imagine a life that you live like this all the time. It may not be possible immediately, but whole idea is to keep expanding this. That's called living in awareness. When you connect to your body, your prana, that is your first experience of the creation of God. Simply running behind God is not going to understand anything. First, at least appreciate this creation of God. Become aware of your body. You cannot fathom the qualities of this body. Today, Arunachala Tatva, we are identifying that I am not this body. Experiment, observe, and find out what do you claim in this body as. I do this, I do that, I work, I live, I earn, I go, I come, I sit, I walk, I eat, talk, I sleep. The I is very prominent, but just check out. Right now, what are you doing? Without your involvement, is any department in your body facing any trouble? Observe. You don't even remember your breath, but you are breathing. Observe. It's happening. Where are you doing it? I breathe, we say. False. Breath is happening. I don't breathe. Rather, you can say, I'm forced to breathe. It's happening. Breath is, can you own this? Observe. Can you own this? It is coming from out, filling your body and leaving without your permission. Who cares who you are? Breath enters and leaves without asking you to come in or go out. Can you observe how helpless you are with breath? You have no control over breath. Become aware of your heartbeat. Heart is beating from the time you were a fetus in your mother's womb, which you are not even aware of. Without your permission, it started beating until today it is beating. With every beat, it does not take your permission. You are not even aware of its beating. Without beating, you are dead. I keep myself alive. Is that true? Heart is beating without your permission. How can I say I keep myself alive? Something is keeping me alive. Without your breath, you're dead. How can I keep myself alive? Something is breathing in me. Something is beating in me. Observe your digestive systems. You ate food. Nobody cares for you. It started doing its work. It's digesting. All the digestive organs are working in harmony. Every department is doing its own job without your supervision. Nobody cares for your permission. You say, I eat, but when do you eat? When your body signals I'm hungry. So where is even that eating in your hands? Without your permission, your body is actually asking for food. And you are just a slave. Body is asking and you feed it. And you say, I feed it. I take care of this body. I want you to closely observe how I am not the doer anywhere. We just feel we are the doer. The whole body is digesting on its own. When it's ready, it will excrete. There also you have no control. When the body wants to excrete, urinate, it will give you a signal. That means the body wants to do something. All that you do is get up and go. You can't even excrete on your own. You can't eat on your own without your body signaling. You go to sleep, you lie down on the bed. Can you say next 5 minutes I'll sleep or 10, 11 I'm going to sleep? You cannot. You are there also helpless. You can simply lie on your bed and wait for sleep to happen to you. Tell me, where is control over this body? Where is the I, the doer? What am I doing in this body? Observe this very clearly. Hormones are secreting. Every hormone, every gland, exocrine gland, endocrine gland, all these glands are functioning on their own on so many factors. Who cares for you? Your brain is firing electricity. Who cares? It is coordinating so many signals, voluntary, involuntary. Who cares? Where is my permission? Where am I in this? Can you see I'm just a bundle of flesh and bones? And then accordingly to the impulses, I act. It is not my act. I'm made to do it. Observe life in this manner. And suddenly you will humble down. How can I be the doer in this? What do I own in this? Everything is so automated. I cannot create another human body with the best of science. Observe your blood vessels. Observe any aspect of your body. Observe even one cell. Can I create even one cell of my own? What are the activities in the cells? How certain cells protect you? How certain cells fight for you to keep your immune strong? Where am I involved in all this? My hair is growing. Where am I growing it? My nails are growing. Where am I growing it? What am I doing? I say I'm feeding myself. And that too I understand. My body, when it asks, I'm only putting food into it. That also is not in my head. Become aware of what could be this one that is functioning in me. Whether you identify it or not, it's not important. But you'll certainly agree there is some power within me that is so beautifully executing all my organs, all my life with the best of intelligence of no match. What am I? I don't even know when I wake up. Even waking up is not in your hands. We are just a slave of something. Something is making us do everything, even to wake up, to put us to sleep. Even our birth, we don't know. When we entered the womb, without your permission, we were thrown on this planet. Did you decide? Technically look into it. Did you ever want to come in this zone, this geographical location, these parents? Do you even remember it? You feel you're just thrown here. You die, you don't know when you're going to die. Where is this control called life? I control my life. Where is the control? I don't even know when I'm going. Am I not existing in this body? And am I not observing? Something is taking care of me. Something is running my life. Become aware of that something. Whatever you feel it like, connect to that. Become aware of that. Become conscious of that. You'll simply know I, the doer, don't exist. I, who myself call as, I am Mr., Mrs., Miss, Master, whatever. Life doesn't care who I am. It's simply operating out of something. When I become more and more aware of this power in me, this is the Atman, this is called as the Atman, the soul. The soul executes everything and the brain, ego takes the credit. Ego feels it is doing. That is called Maya. When I, the ego, feel I am responsible, I am taking this, I am doing this, I am doing that, I am running my life. That is called as Maya. So you have to get practically into this zone of self-inquiry. You're inquiring in depth, who am I? This is just a baby step towards the real self-inquiry, that we take the first step to disassociate the I. So there is some power, some source in me. The more you acknowledge and experience this power, however you want to experience, first is by knowing that this is doing. Nothing is in my hands. So this life which has brought me till here is so intelligent that it has brought me till here. So where is the worry about where it's going to take me? Who is the worrier? You'll observe and find it's the ego, the false I. If you go to the source and see, life has brilliantly worked itself out till here. So where is the doubt and worry that it will not work even in the future? The worry is the wrong position that you are in. You have to shift into this awareness and allow awareness to take care of your life. When you rest in this power, when you are completely convinced by repeated practices, you lose your free will and you go into divine. Then anything that comes your way, anything that happens, you know that is the gift of life. You begin only worrying when you start your own head. You forgot that everything is just timely coming in front of you. Even your food, even your money, everything is just happening because you deserve it according to your karma. So if everything is running so automatically and being brought to you timely, who's the worrier? The false one, who is taking credit for all this cosmic intelligence. You lose the credit, you lose the fear. Simple. You become free. This, when you deepen and deepen and deepen, you'll realize this Atman only is Paramatman, spark of divine consciousness only is running this life. That is God realization. So the first step to even realize Shiva or God is to first identify I am the spark of the divinity. And here, if I can't believe it, I observe, I do this self-inquiry. And I see it and experience, I see it firsthand that this spark is running my life. And I am taking the credit. I simply give up credit is surrendering my ego. When you surrender, you move to the spark which is the Atman. Then you realize that Atman is nothing but the Son of God. Jesus said, I'm the Son of God. And Kartikeyan said, I'm the son of Shiva. Both same. Awareness. Right now, you are doing this through your intellect, your awareness. That is Skanda. So if you have the blessings of Murugan, you can get this very easily. So when you pray to Muruga or Skanda or Subramanya, pray in this manner. Awaken the awareness in me. Awaken my buddhi. Awaken my third eye. Awaken my intuition. Awaken my cosmic divine presence. So when you awaken the son of Shiva, you are very close to Shiva, not very far. So the buddhi has to be awakened. That is your Agya Chakra. How far are you from Sastra, which is Shiva? Very close. Agya Chakra is Skanda, Arunachala. All the Gyan Marga, Agya Chakra. Gyan opens up here and leads you to the Father. If you come with this bhava, if you have this intention with Arunachala, you will have profound experiences here. So you can see we are not doing any meditation here. We are getting into meditative awareness. This is what is called meditative awareness. The more you activate this, the more you remember. So you can see you don't have to sit and do this. Even in your free time, you just move into the zone. 5 minutes of body awareness. All these things that we did, 5 minutes, you keep on activating it. You are probing this life into you. You're activating the Shiva in you. So you have to repeatedly do this practice. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, wherever you are, don't give excuse. Sitting in your car, waiting for someone, do this, come back, live your life. Do it. Sitting on the commode, do it. Don't have any inhibitions, do's and don'ts. Don't lose opportunities. So the more you activate, the more you are moving towards divinity, Shiva, self-realization, without doing any sort of tapas. So as we end, just become aware of this divine presence in me. How do I become aware? Just find out who's the one who's looking through my eyes. When I look into those world, does my eyes look? No. There's somebody who's peeping through the eyes. Through the eyes, you look. Become aware of it. I am looking through my eyes. I am right now hearing through my ears. My ears are not hearing. So that means I am someone who is in this body. Some presence. I don't know what it is, but I certainly know I'm not the body. I'm not these eyes. I'm someone who's using these instruments, these organs. I'm not the heart, but I'm the one who's aware of the heart. I'm not this body, but I'm someone who's aware of this body. I am that awareness. That is what we call as divine presence. So today when you sleep, just become aware, not today, every day if you do it. Many people who have done retreats are already doing it and seeing remarkable changes even in their night sleep. You start becoming aware in your sleep, in your dream also. So when you sleep, do this 5 minutes of practice, become aware of the divine presence in me, and then fall asleep as the divine presence, not the body, not Mr. So-and-so. I am this awareness. I'm not this body, I'm this awareness. I'm not this body, I'm this awareness. With experience, fall asleep. So as you feel ready, simply open your eyes, slowly. Nothing else to do when you open your eyes. The regular, consistent practices, don't immediately disconnect. When you open your eyes, keep your eyes open and still continue to have the same experience. I'm not the body. I'm the one who's staring through the windows of these eyes. Just go deeper into it and you'll see. I'm staring through these eyes. So who's the one who's staring? Find out. I'm peeping through these windows of my eyes. Holding that experience, you close it. Slowly you close your eyes for a few seconds and hold the same experience. I am this presence peeping through these eyes, using this body. I'm not this body. I can know this very clearly. I'm split from this body. I'm the experiencer. Hold that awareness and slowly open your eyes. Do this practice couple of times. This is known as Bhairav Mudra. You'll start activating the Shiva Tattva with your eyes open and eyes closed. Couple of times you do this in divine presence. Holding that divinity, not the body, and the presence. With that, close your eyes and continue the experience. Don't stop, don't give any disconnection. And hold on that I am this presence, and then slowly again open and continue. This is called the Bhairav Mudra. Okay, only those who have been very sincerely doing it, all these practices will be able to do it. I encourage you to continue doing. Those who are not able to, please practice the basics of shifting to awareness. So with this, I take your leave. I'll meet you after two days probably, or on Sunday from Kanyanad, and we'll have a 3-hour session. I'll give you the timing later. Okay. So stay blessed. May Arunachala bless all of us. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudayachati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Arunachala Shiva. May we all be blessed. May we all evolve. May we all be free. Arunachala Shiva. See you then. Good night.